everyone. So I'm here on a Victoria area lake. I've just launched the boat. It's now I think about 7:30 in the morning. I don't expect the hatch to really get going till about 9-10 o'clock, and then should go steady until 3 or 4 this afternoon given the weather. We've got about a high of 15 or 16 degrees today, sunny, calm. I've already seen the odd little chironomid on top of the water. So I've got 2 rods set up here. As I was coming in, I noted fish on the fish finder that were about 10 to 12 feet down, quite a few, and then a number of bigger arcs down right within a foot of the bottom. So I've decided to go with 2 approaches. I've got the dangle method on the one side, just hanging down, and then I picked up a few fish that way about 2 weeks ago with my granddaughters right in this very spot, so it was a lot of fun. And I've also put the indicator on with the fly sitting at about 10 feet, the chironomid sitting at 10 feet, so we'll see how we do. My whole theme for this video is urban fishing, and so in the Victoria area, I don't know if you knew this, but there are about a dozen lakes that are stocked in this area, and they give up some pretty good sized fish and pretty good fish numbers over the years. And you know, if you aren't in Victoria, you're further up the island, and Nanaimo's got at least 8 lakes within the city limits, and they're all stocked by Go Fish BC. So I wanted to emphasize that if the cost of the ferry is a bit prohibitive, or sometimes, or it can be a bit of a sticker shock going over with a boat and trailer, you're not really giving up a whole lot by staying on the island. The great thing about the island fly fishing season is it's year-round. It's also quite long in the spring. Here I am in April, but I was back here in March catching fish with the granddaughters, and I'm sure you can do pretty well here on a nice day in February as well, or January. But prime time is now. The swallows are flying, the fawn lilies are blooming, and the fish will be very active. I've seen a few rises, and it's looking like it could be a good day. I hope I can show you a number of fish today. So let's give it a try. First fish of the day, and we're going to pump this one and see what we get from him. He took the chironomid, dangling, and there we go, beautiful. And Erin said she wanted a fish for dinner, so we're going to keep this one, and we're going to pump it and see what we get out of it, see what it tells us. Okay, let's just get that dispatched. There we go. Got the chironomid there, the zucchini, and he took that dangling into 37 feet of water. So we're going to do that again. Let's have a look what's in his stomach. Let's see what they might be feeding on. Oh yeah, there's food down there. Okay, not a bad start. Put him in about 13 inches. Pretty nice little rainbow, Fraser Valley. Put him in the bag for dinner, and then we'll release everything else today. Bloodworms like crazy. So I'm going to be sticking on a bloodworm and hanging that off the other line. They're actually quite large. I'm surprised for this lake. Let's give that a go. There's a nice one. There's a nice one. This one took line. Wow. This one took the bloodworm. Oh, there's a nice fish. And we'll get that one netted, pumped, and put back. There we go. That's a decent fish. We'll see what's in his stomach. Boy, he took that bloodworm. Look at that. There you go. The bloodworm. That's what he wanted. We'll see if he's full of that as well. Okay, we're going to put you back. Yeah. Well, if that doesn't tell a story, I don't know what does. That is bloodworm like crazy. You should see that. Okay. And a lot of them are a tan color. Tan or even green. But some of them are bright red like what I've got on. Well, that tells me a lot. Let's see if we can get some more. So that second fish was also just stuffed with bloodworms, and I got it on a bloodworm pattern, a large one, like a number 10, 2x long, and tied them up on my channel. I've got them on there. They're called the Tunquaw Giants. I am surprised. I'm actually shocked at the size of that bloodworms in this lake. I can't imagine seeing those chironomids come off, and I wonder what time of year we'd see them. They're going to be big. They'd be like bomber size. So yeah, that's paid off. Let's see if we can get some more on. See whether the pupa on the left or the bloodworm on the right get more fish. But this is a productive lake. Well, it wasn't the kind of day I would have expected for a warm, beautiful, sunny day in early April. Nevertheless, it was a great day to be on the water. This lake has got huge potential, given the fish that I caught here with my granddaughters a week and a half ago, and the enormous number of bloodworms and their large size in the fish I caught today. I can't see this lake not producing really well at some future time. Today, 2 fish, a couple fish lost. Not a bad day all in all, but not exactly what I was up to. I was hoping that the lake would be up to today. A lot of other boats out today. Didn't see a lot of other activity, a little bit here and there. But I've got to come back because those bloodworms have got my curiosity piqued. Anyway, any day on the water is a good day. Good morning, everybody. Good morning again. So here I am on day 2 of my 3-day South Island sojourn, hitting a second lake today, and it's one I've highlighted before in previous outings. I'm near Shamanus, and it's a stocked lake like all the others on the island. Really looking forward to seeing if there's a chironomid hatch coming off. It's about 8 o'clock now, and I was the first to arrive at the boat launch, so I'm feeling quite optimistic. Bright sunny day. We've got maybe some cloud cover moving in this afternoon. I expect the bugs to start coming off about 9 or 10 o'clock. So what I'm going to do until then is probably dangle some bloodworms right near the bottom, as they have been can be quite effective in this lake, and they showed to be quite prominent in Prospect Lake on day 1. So I'm really looking forward to getting those flies down there, dangling them near bottom and showing you some fish. And here we go with day 2. A beautiful day. Really glad I made the trip down. Okay, let's talk again. Okay, just got my 2 sinking lines, type 6 sinking lines down. They sink at 6 inches per second. On this rod I've got the number 14 black and copper chironomid pupa on, and on the other rod, the other side of the boat, I've got a bloodworm. So we'll see which catches the first fish, and go from there. That's our first fish of the day. There we go, our first fish of the day, about 10 o'clock, chronomid. And yeah, it's a good hard fire. Let's see if we can get, oh, look at that. Look at the size of that fish. He took really subtly at first, and then really hammered it. Beautiful fish. We'll take a look at his stomach contents and then let him go. Look at that. Get that chronomid out of his yap. There. There we go. The number 14 ice cream cone. Look at that. Yeah. That's a beautiful fish. That's a nice one. Hopefully you'll survive his little beating here. Yeah. We'll see. Oh, would you look at that? We got a load of bloodworms in there, big ones again. And then some black chronomids that are actually a little larger than what I'm fishing. So yeah, we got something to go on. I'm going to do some fly changing. Okay, our second fish of the day. Finally, our second fish of the day. Presentation is everything. I'm fishing chronomids dangling deep, and I've still got one down there, but I wasn't getting any action. And all of a sudden I noticed the swallows are out, the hatch is going, fish are rising. So I decided I'm gonna put on a dry line and indicator, and here we are. Didn't take a few minutes. Not as big as the first one, but it's a fish. And yeah, they're on the bite. So that one taken on the zucchini. Nice little fish. I won't bother pumping him. We know what's probably in his gut. So we're just going to end up putting him back. Take a look at that. Beautiful fish. We'll put him back. Let's see if we can get another one. That didn't take long. There we go. Now it's a fish a cast. Put that chronomid just 6 feet under. And we are into fish right away. Look at that. Oh, I love coming to the South Island in the early spring. Chronomid's already out of his mouth. Beautiful fish. Look at that. About 13 inches long. Chunky. Real chunky. We're going to put him back. There we go. See if there's another one out there for us. There's another one. Okay. I think this is fish number 5. All on the chronomids, but most of them dangled under an indicator, 5-6 feet under an indicator. These aren't as big as the first one that was on the sink deep line, but hey, it's some activity, and I wasn't getting any on the deep line after that first one. Okay, we're gonna let this little guy go. He's about 12 inches. Away you go, bud.
Chronomid came out real easy. Wrong one. There we go. There's a stronger fish. Something a little bit bigger. Maybe not that much bigger. Oh, but he popped the indicator. There we go. What a nice fish. Took the micro leech. Yeah, the Chronomid hatch seemed to be over. It tapered off. So I threw on this my head turner micro leech. Right there. You can see. And successfully got that guy. Put him back. There's another one. Again on the micro leech. Yeah, the micro leech does it again. Gets another one. This is a small guy. Oh, strong for his size. Oh, off he goes. Easy come, easy go. See if there's some bigger ones out there. Oh, micro leech. Micro leech seems to be the way to go. Little feller in. That's three fish in 5 minutes. I mean, I lost the first. I'll let one go. Lost the second one. And here's a number 3. Pretty little fish. Micro leech. I'll get that little puppy put back. There you go. Nice little fish. There we go. Scenery here on the island, the lakes, views from the lakes. A rural setting here. A few other boats out on the lake. I think I counted 5. Well, that one came pretty quick after the last one, so I still got 45 minutes to fish here, so I'm going to stick around a little longer and enjoy this. The Chronomid hatch seems to have petered off, but fish are still just subsurface, and they're very hungry still. Taking the micro leech. Another angler I talked to just a moment ago said he was catching quite a few of them on a caddis net. So there, we're going to pull that micro leech out of his top lip there. Get it out without touching them too much. Sure love this Moby net that I got. I've had it a year now, and it has been a real boon with the long handle. Okay, yeah, that micro leech has seen better days. There we go. We'll let another Fraser Valley rainbow down into the lake. There you go, bud. Still got 45 minutes, so see if we can put 1 or 2 more fish in the boat before we call it a day. If it isn't one more, I think we're going to call this a day here then. Looks like my time is running out. And off with this little guy. And we'll put him back to swim another day. Oh, the hook's already out. We'll take that little guy. He's one of the smaller ones I caught today. Probably only 10 inches. Put him back. It's been a good day. And I'm going to call it quits here, but kind of take mental note of the day before I get home, because I'm going to enter it in my fishing log. Quite a successful day, 15-20 fish, but very different from what I expected. Very different from my day on Prospect Lake last week. On that day, the only way the fish would take was on a dangled bloodworm or chironomid, right near the bottom, 35-40 feet of water. Today I got one fish out of the 15 to 20 that I caught today, and with that method. It was the first one, and mine, it was the biggest fish. It was 15 inches, maybe 16 inches. Pretty nice Fraser Valley rainbow, but only one. And I've had the static line going all day with chironomid or microleech on it, and hasn't touched a fish near the bottom. On the other hand, we had a very short, brief but intense chironomid hatch here at midday between noon and 1 o'clock. And so I noticed it. I noticed the swallows were flying, and I put on a floating line with the indicator, and the same chironomid that I was fishing off near the bottom, number 14 zucchini that I've got on my channel, and right away I was starting getting into fish with the zucchini hanging maybe 5-6 feet below the indicator. So they wanted it shallow today. That lasted about 45 minutes. And I noticed the hatch taper off, the birds stopped flying, but the fish were still in the area, occasionally rising, so they're still hungry, and they still wanted something. So I threw on a microleech, which is often the good way to go after a hatch is tailed off. And for now a couple hours, I've had great action on my head turner microleech with the red bead and the red wire with the marabou. So check that one out too on the channel. But again, just 5 or 6 feet down. They didn't want it any deeper. I went through 2 of them. The first one got worn out. Now the second one pretty much worn out, but it was still taking fish. So that was good. I'm going to, I like bundling up my stuff here, getting organized before I get to the boat launch. Take down the rods, put the anchors away and all that. It takes less time at the boat launch. And I like to just get going when I get to land. So we're just getting things organized here. And wouldn't you know, I forgot my nippers again, my little nippers. So here I am using my teeth. Don't tell my dentist or my hygienist. Actually, my hygienist gives me more grief about my tooth care than my dentist does. Okay, so gotten on the lake. It's now 8:45. I've got my portable fish finder. I got one from Garmin called Garmin Striker, which is very easy to use for a pontoon boat or a float tube. Small unit that you chuck in the water, connected to a tether, and then you get the app for your phone, and you've got your fish finder depth sounder. And I may show it to you on the other camera in a bit. I'm over about 10 meters of water, about 33 feet, 34 feet. A lot of bugs coming off the water, a lot of chironomids around, so I'm really anticipating a chironomid hatch going. I don't see any surface activity now, but it'd be worth angling a chironomid near the bottom. So let's see if we can get a fish that way. It would be out of character for my luck at this lake at this time of year. Oh, there's a rise. Just starting, and but I'm willing to take it if it happens, right? So I'm ready for all eventualities. There's some fish near the bottom showing. Yeah, might drop anchors in a minute here and start to dangle the chironomid.
see what we can get.
Okay, I found a spot here in about 40 feet of water, and I'm dangling a number 14 zucchini chronomid. There's fish rising all around, but as I'm looking into the water column, I'm seeing some daphnia, and they're the bright red ones. Not a ton of them yet, but they are prevalent, as well as the chronomids coming off. So I may have to switch tactics here, given the situation. But I believe there'll be some fish today in one way or the other. We'll see which tactic works. I'm willing to give the chronomid a try for about half an hour, 45 minutes. And then I might set it in the holder and cast the pumpkin head for a while. And if we get something, we'll be able to pump it and see what's in there. And then if it turns out to be daphnia, I might go to a red dock spratly or a blob. We'll see what the future holds. There, oh, that went on there. The old pumpkin head. We might be onto something. I need to get one to pump, find out what's going on. That's the first take of the day. There's this. Again on the pumpkin head this time. Nice, we'll see if we get this guy pumped and see what's in him. See if he's big enough. Yeah, looks like he's big enough to pump. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, look how chunky they are. Look how chunky they are. Look at the flies already out. Put that back there. We'll get the stomach pump here. So, see, have a look what they're feeding on, eh? Oh, settle down, yeah. Get down there. Yeah, there's some samples there. Okay, first fish of the day. Get that guy put back there. Now, what are they feeding on? Well, he's certainly got daphnia in him. He's also got a beetle. And some number 18, and that's a number 14 chronomids with a lot of daphnia, thus the pumpkin head working. So might change the dangling fly. That's almost green. And those smaller ones. Okay, we'll see if there's another fish and see if the pattern holds. Another one. Pump this one too, see if its diet is any different than that first one. No, it's a little bit bigger. Oh, there we go. Got your revenge. I'll get that. Yeah, full of fight. There you go. Get that puppy put back. Kind of a clone of the first. Well, there you go. It's a good start to the day. There we go. About time. Came, left, came back. Yeah, this one struck once and then he came back and took it. It's smaller than the other ones, but hey, it's something. I'm not going to pump this one because I kind of know what's in them. But, oh, he took that deep. Hope I can get that out of there. There we go. Little guy, 10 inches or so. Nothing much to write home about. We'll put him back. There we go.
bigger. About the size of the first couple. And he just hammered it. A lot of fun. I think it's fourth or fifth fish today. Yeah, probably the biggest one of the bunch. Just hammered it. Yeah, he's about the same as the first couple. Chunky though. They're just beautifully chunky. Look at this. Look at this, how fat they are. Just look at how fat that fish is. Do really nice. Love it. We're going to put him back. Put him back and get after some more. Was a bit of a day, somewhat what I expected. There was a chironomid hatch coming off, though the bite on that I wasn't able to really dial in on. Not like that buddy there I had next door who had it really dialed in, and he was hitting them regular this morning. He got way more fish than I did, but I guess I didn't have the right spots, or my chironomid size wasn't the right, was maybe a little too big or something. But there were also fish swimming shallower, and I was able to target those with the pumpkin head, and that was quite a lot of fun. So I picked up a good number of fish. I lost a fair number as well, as you can see from the video, but I picked up my fair share, kept one for dinner. All in all, a good day, and a great way to finish off my South Island sojourn. In the next little bit, I hope to be targeting some of the lakes closer to home before we head off the interior for a week of fly fishing up the caribou country. So I hope to see you in those future videos. Been great sharing this South Island sojourn with you. I hope you picked up some stuff. What I really wanted to highlight is to vary your tactics depending on whatever is happening on the water. So the first day it was really dangling chironomids and bloodworms near the bottom at Prospect Lake. At the second lake down near Shamanus, it was really casting chironomids under an indicator about 5 or 6 feet down that did the trick. And then micro leeches. And then over here today it was totally not the chironomids, although I did get one solid hit on a chironomid. Mostly it was casting and retrieving the pumpkin head under a sink tip line. So I hope you pick up something from that. I was able to adjust to circumstances and turn every day into a good day of a number of fish, and very enjoyable. So it was great to be on the water. Beautiful day in April, and really nice to get the season kicked off this way. I hope to see you on the water. Take care. Remember, always wear your PFD. Your family will thank you for it. Bye for now.